So yeah, this is my little spot. I sit on this, you can see it, on this little log here and shoot. So then I find what's the best light. Blinding, and that'll do. So just plonking my recorder down there. So I wanted to talk about, how different is, what's it like, self-realization for, I guess people don't tell you what it's like compared to, or maybe they do, I don't know. But I thought I would tell you what it's like today. So you're still having a life. It's just that your life having a life. So we think we're a separate person in the world having a life, but actually your life having a life. That's where the impersonal comes. That's where it doesn't feel so push and pull, doesn't feel like friction, because there's the identification with this is my life and it should be different, isn't there? It's this is life. And there's a potential for anything from here, from this open space of being. There's a potential for any type of experience. I might just move this around a bit better. Can't tell. So there's a chance for any type of experience to be had from this, because it's as if your life and life is in this avatar and it's experiencing, so it's impersonal. It's having a personal experience, but it's actually impersonal. Does that make sense? It's part of everything. It's not separate. So you're part of everything that's happening. The trees, the birds, the cat. You are part of everything. You don't feel separate. You feel like you're everything, but you can experience being it's hard to experience being separate. I have to admit. It's quite hard once you've seen it, but you can have a separate experience. It's almost as if there's a sliding scale of experience. You can experience basically there's the mental, physical and emotional realm, and you can experience that as self-realized. So it's just everything starts getting denser, you start to feel the push and pull, you start to experience on that mind, body and emotional level, but you know that you're not actually that. So you don't sort of have that falling asleep feeling that maybe prior to self-realization you would have had, because it's an experience and it's life experiencing. So you recognize it and you can question it and you can go, okay, what's happening here? Just leaning towards the idea of separation. I can feel a push and pull. I can feel friction. I can feel emotions. What is that? The conditioning is there. There's an awareness of the conditioning. Oh, approval, I can see that. Okay, that's approval, that's interesting. So you don't get upset about it, you just witness it and you think, that's approval playing out, that was interesting. Sometimes it's after, and you're aware while you're doing it, but then you can question it afterwards. There's different ways of questioning it. And all of this can be done prior to self-realization as well. You can question after an event what was actually playing out. It's like contemplation. You know, if we open our focus and drop down into the body, we can ask ourselves what was actually playing out there when I was annoyed with that person, when I was maybe sharper than I should have been, or triggered, or projecting. They need to wake up like me, or whatever the conditioning is, you know, control, approval. It's really just that I feel separate ticket that comes with the I am separate. So what I'm trying to get across is there's a sliding scale of separation and unity, and we can play we can play in all of the gradients of separation and unity. So we can play deep in the separation game, and we can play deep in the unified realm. I mean, we never leave the unified. Let's just make that clear. These things are important. We never leave it, but we can play in the world of separation. But just when you've had the realization that you're not this separate being, that you are everything, you play in the world of separation knowing that you're everything. So you play lightly. There's that realization as you play in that game, you know, and you can still get triggered and pull, you know, I can anyway. I don't know about anybody else. It's not strong. You don't suffer it afterwards. You can see what was happening. But you can also just play completely unified. And I think David Bingham recommends camping in effortless being, which is in wisdom and love. So you are of course, we are separate. We appear as separate, like the wave and the ocean, but we never leave the ocean. So we never leave life. We're never separate from life. We're always just life experiencing on different levels of separation, feeling different experiences of separation. So we feel like we're separate, but actually we never leave the ocean. We never leave life. Of course we don't. But we're not having a separate life. We're just life experiencing separation on different levels, different gradients. I'm not sure where that's where the lens is. Sorry, I just don't know where to look. So, yeah, just the fact that, you know, if you haven't had self-realization, you are still life. It's just that you've never left the one life. It just feels like you're having a separate experience. But just to be reassured, you are the one life, the same as everybody. It's just different levels of separation being experienced. But you never actually become that separate experience. You're just experiencing. So there's always the chance to experience on the level of oneness for everybody, because we are all that one self, appearing as many. So, you know, that's the recognition, that's the realization that actually the life that you're having that can potentially feel very separate is this one life, just having a separate experience. So I just thought I'd share that. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye from Tonk as well.